Start recording.
Are we recording? When you say the word, motherfucker.
We're recording.
All right.
I sure hope that ended up on the recording.
We open not on the party, but in a snowy, stone-filled land. Dead bushes, trees, everything that should be living isn't. As the soft steps of what can only be described as a small drow, huffing, out of breath, trying to find a place to hide so that he can, as he crashes into some bushes and then sees a door. Well, not the best, but it should work. And then rushes towards the door, slamming into it and forcing himself inside. Door was a lot thicker than it thought it was. Ow. Okay, close the door, close the door, close the door. And rushes to the door, closing it. The best way to describe this young man is simply scraps of clothing put together to be bundled up in warmth, scraps of ribbons to tie his hair back and keep it kind of held down. Any injuries he has is covered by scraps of bandages and everything else. This is a scrap of a child. But the only thing on him that is not scrappy, not clearly made to keep together by hopes and dreams, is a black steel lantern with the purple flame appointed on his waist. As he holds down this door, there's a sound outside. Praying that they don't come to the door, the sounds of soldiers pass by. Armor, heavy armor, clinking together as muffled voices kind of ask where the fuck he went. Quick as they arrive, they quickly disappear. Thinking he is safe, he does let out a sigh of relief. Oh, thank fuck. A voice erupting from behind him quickly puts his contemplation and basically happiness of being like, I'm safe, immediately out the fucking window. Yes, it'd be terrible if they found you. One very unmanly, uncouth scream later, Scraps has his back against the door. Who the fuck are you? My name's not important right now. I'm a friend, let's say that. Is that good? No? I'm here to help you. I don't fucking know you. I just want to help you get out of here. So if you kindly follow me. Oh, hell no! Nuh-uh! Nah. Mama told me not to follow no strangers. I am not a stranger. Do I know you? No. Then you're a stranger! You are quite loud for a drow. Oh, what the fuck does that mean? I didn't mean it like that. Would you stop putting words in my mouth? Okay, then walk away. I cannot leave you on your own. I have to take you with me. No, you don't have to do dick. But leave me alone, please. I can't. We're family after all. Oh, hell no! And that's where we're gonna cut. As we cut from this scene to a more familiar area. As I will ask you all. Actually, I will ask Orlain,
Yeah.
go on.
So I have a question for the group.
We hopefully have an answer for the Orlain.
I believe I can provide some assistance.
Who wakes up first?
Dang.
Aren't we all awake already?
Yeah.
We'll say it's
Unless we
around
spend another full day here or something.
Shit, that's right. We spent a day here. We're gonna say that maybe you guys do just spend another day waiting for Vice and God to show up. How about that? Just be nice so we can have the sillies.
Because we didn't want to have to lug Rook back to camp unconscious.
That's a thing.
Probably fitting.
So who gets up first? Who's the first to notice that Orlain's not in their vicinity?
Tryphon with his 20% passive perception.
Yeah, Dane with a 13 is not gonna.
Jackie with the 19 passive perception.
So Jackie and Tryphon, you've spent quite a while around Orlain. You guys kind of lost sight of him for a little while, and nothing really bad happened. Nothing really happened. He just went dead silent as he walked away, and sure, when he walks away, some bad things tend to happen. He tends to have a meltdown, he tends to get into trouble with Jack, but nothing happened. There was some dozing, there was some training, there was watching over Rook. But there's dead silence until you look over at where he is. And kind of similarly to how Dein and Aurelia and then Rook were, there's silence near the forge as Orlain is in an entirely fucking different outfit. Once again, having changed classes to something that perhaps would be a little bit more recognizable to two of the party members. Or rather, one party member and one NPC. As there is a total area of silence around him, and he is wearing headphones with something tucked into a pouch at his side with a wire connecting it. And he is not paying attention as he is wielding a hammer of some kind.
Tryphon's just watching this with the expression of, why is there another one
I
doing
just
this?
want to flatly state Dane was probably the first one up, but is just working out in the corner, not noticing anything that's happening.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
I will say Orlain looks like he is working on something.
I would also like to mention Aurelia has 19 passive perception too.
So we, all three of us, are over here probably staring at Orlain, just like, what?
It was up to Aurelia, honestly.
I don't want to crowd the scene.
It's okay.
It's possible to crowd the scene right now?
So, what do any of you do? Because he's not paying attention and he's actively working on something in total silence.
Tryphon's going to just wander over and just at least get a closer look.
Kind of similarly to how it was with Rook. You get close
Actually,
enough huh?
as Tryphon, as you get close enough, there is something that seems to move along Orlain's clothes, and then very slowly you see a metallic hand kind of just beep, ding, Ving! And Buddy pops out of Orlain's back.
Hey,
Buddy,
my buddy's still there.
Buddy never left. He's been here the whole time.
Amazing.
But Orlain doesn't even glance up. And in fact, once you get close enough to hear even the whirring of Buddy, you hear the crashing of metal against something akin to metal. It sounds kind of off, though. He looks like he's shaping something, and literally does not even pay any mind to you, even as you walk up.
Going to watch a little bit, and just after a minute, he is going to lean in a little bit because there is a fucking 7-inch difference between them,
Mm-hmm.
and just what you making?
He has his headphones. He has his AirPods in. He can't hear you.
You can still hear past headphones if someone's speaking like right next to your ear.
In a forge? I doubt it.
He's continuing to work, even though he did glance up and see you.
But no answer.
Nope.
Can I roll
Yes.
insight to see if it's just because he didn't hear?
Go ahead.
Yay, 18. Wait, I should be rolling in the owlbear forge, shouldn't I?
That's up to Kuri.
One more time.
I was wondering if I should be rolling in the owlbear forge instead
do.
of.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
if you roll on D&D Beyond, that's fine. Just let me know so I can go check it. But otherwise,
and,
you roll on Albert.
well, in which case I rolled on my sheet and I got a 19.
All right.
Not 19, 18.
Okay. That's fair. This is again for general purpose. Do try to roll on Owlbear Rodeo so the recording can see the rolls.
All right. Well, regardless.
Yeah.
With an 18, you definitely notice one thing, without question. The first thing you notice is that your comment about hearing around headphones is null and void, as they seem to be noise canceling completely.
Motherfucker.
So he did see you as you walked up, that much you can ascertain. He literally cannot hear you.
Tryphon's going to reach over and just tap on his shoulder.
The heavy blows of the hammer come to a partial, not halt, but they're definitely slower. What do you want?
Wondering what you're making.
I believe that's between me and the gods at this rate.
Fair. I'm still curious.
He looks over at something next to him on the forge that looks like it's teetering so precariously that a stiff breeze could push it one way or another. And he just goes, "Well, I have ideas, and I can put
Have
them into
these
action."
have these ideas been keeping you up all night?
No. Well, what time is it?
It's
That's
morning.
answer enough.
No, I'm asking because I did trance a little bit.
Well, what time is it?
I honestly think it would be like early morning.
Give me a
Okay.
survival check.
All right.
Oh.
Fucking. still can't figure out how to add my modifiers, but that's a 19 on the dice plus
The
5.
When
plus
you
minus.
when you're going to roll, when you see the hide roll, which is the icon, the eye-shaped icon, there's a little plus and minus sign. Always click on that before doing a roll, and it'll let you add your modifier.
Okay, well, 24 for survival.
Yeah,
Nine.
you both kind of gather from the fact that the sun's probably peeking in just a bit off of into the like air into this long cavernous area, kind of temple-ish area. The sun has not been up for long, but it has risen to the point where it's illuminating outside. Probably
Mm,
around 0700.
Okay. So, yeah, Tryphon does glance over at where he can see the sun a little bit. It's just, I'd say about 0700.
And he pauses. And it hasn't been long. Just a couple hours, I think.
You think?
I think, yes. I do that often, in place of most of you fuckers.
Well, hey now.
Oh,
He's
spare
not
me your
wrong.
triviality, the one who threw himself on the front lines of a god. And he starts to work again.
Okay, in my defense, it got shit done.
Doesn't mean it wasn't stupid. And he taps the side of the pouch as if to turn something on and continues working.
I'm guessing at this point, if Tryphon continues to talk to him, there's going to be no response.
You can try.
It's like, well, you at least get some breakfast before you continue.
He looks over at Buddy for like half a second of translate please, essentially.
Buddy trills, and then rears its head back, kind of like how you pulled the head of like a spring bird back, and then
Mhm.
just boom onto the earbud. Yeah. In the sense of they made a good point. Pull them out.
And then just the, all right, all right. Don't do that again, by the way. I don't know how to fix these yet. And takes away the headphones and kind of lets them sit against his shoulders.
I
And
asked, are you. Oh, sorry.
noticeably, he's not wearing anything to cover his arms. However, he is wearing basic gloves. Like, I'm talking as basic as he can get them, which is probably going to piss off the two artificers in the room. Um,
That sounds like an Orlain problem, so.
It's gonna
he
piss
is,
off the two artificers in the room. Rook, who has a metal arm and doesn't need a glove.
You
yeah, but
still need one glove.
Can I say Dane's done working out at this point? Because he probably woke up at 5 a.m.
I'm
and
curious what you're working on. Yeah.
just basically was working out. Just doing his like morning routine. And after 2 hours, he would be done and starts to approach the group. And I'm guessing at this point he would see just them, their mouths moving, but no sound coming. Or did Orlain drop the silence?
out of courtesy, he has not dropped the silence because other people are still trying to rest or like attempting to. Yeah.
But yeah, no, when Orlain finally takes the headphones off, Tryphon just. I asked, are you at least going to get some breakfast before you continue?
I'm not hungry.
When was the last time you ate?
Some 8-10 hours ago, probably.
Just because you don't feel hungry doesn't mean that you're not needing food.
I'm not hungry. Stop worrying about me so much. Can I at least finish what I'm working on?
If you get it done in the next hour,
You
Or at
can't
least
rush perfection, okay?
take a break in an hour to get some food, regardless if you're hungry or not.
But why? If I'm on a roll, okay, so consider this. Bear with me. What if I'm almost done in an hour, and then you cut me away from it, and I forget my entire line of processing? Huh?
Depends on how almost done is almost done.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dane.
Dane can. He's saying he's not hungry, but he hasn't eaten since last night, basically.
Dein doesn't look at Tryphon, but is more transfixed on what Orlain is working on at the moment. What are you working on, Orlain?
Oh, this? And he looks delighted that you asked. And he actually puts his, yeah, this, and he puts away the hammer for for a short time, setting it aside where it won't fall or make too much noise. And he picks up the almost, I don't know how to explain this in a way that makes sense other than the additive engraving of something that isn't yet finished. Something like tacked on to an already finished product to make it look fancy. Kind of like filigree. But like made out of steel, if that makes sense?
Yeah. Dein is looking at it with what you can tell to be a critical eye. It's like, I can see why you would put that on there, but a personal struggle is happening in his brain. He's like, it
Oh,
needs
no,
to
no,
be
no.
useful, but
Oh yeah,
I
that's the
understand.
fun thing is I think as the three of you actually look around, and Aurelia, you would probably see this looking around as well. The forge is littered with failed projects. Like, he has been working steadily and fast, and half of them are complete, or complete-ish, to a degree. Or they're just mildly done, and he got annoyed with them, like, clearly annoyed, and tossed them to the side. Like, it looks like a manic episode's nightmare.
Oh no.
As Dein takes in the surroundings just a tad bit. How long have you been working on this?
Since last night.
Meets your eyes and just nods.
Speaking of Dane, I have a wonderful idea for you. It's one of my finished projects, but I think I might have actually gotten it to work. Temporarily, so to speak. Would you like to test it with me?
This can only go well.
Okay. I am interested. But first, I'm proud of you, Orlain.
To
You've
what
done well
end?
here. This looks nice. You've put passion into it. And I can only be proud of someone wielding, at least it was, my hammer.
Well, yours is
You need
not the
finish
term
this?
here. He makes like a hand wavy motion of when you say your hammer. Because he's. This is going to sound very cute, and I'm going to be killed by Kuri for it. There's an engraving on his hammer, on Orlain's hammer, that is set off to the side that all of you would notice that are right next to him where he set it aside. It looks like there's an engraving of the symbol of his original base, along with, in the middle, a K.
His original what?
Base. The
Okay.
symbol for his base, and with a K in the middle as well.
Dane just generally smiles fondly. So, do you want to help finish this first?
If you can keep up, I would welcome the help.
I didn't stretch all morning for nothing.
Delightful.
And Dane is just gonna join Orlain in building this. Just not ignoring Tryphon and Jackie, but just more or less more interested on finishing the project that Orlain has clearly started.
Tryphon just pinches the bridge of his nose and is just like, oh no, it's two of them now.
Just wait until Rook gets up. I'm sure it'll be 3.
Who said my name 3 times?
I thought there was
We only said your name once.
I'll cover you for the other 2. What's happening? What's poppin'?
Cuz
Tryphon just gestures at Orlain and Dane. Is just like,
Ooh, the fuck are
have
you
fun,
making?
go nuts.
Orlain was making something, and I wanted to join in.
Well, what are we making?
This is going to sound a little bit insane, but bear with me. I actually managed to get it to work.
What did you do?
I may have figured out how to enchant things.
Really?
Yes.
Expand.
Like this? As he knocks on his chest piece, and you can see the faint glow of the rune that's currently there.
Not quite. It's more smaller, compact, easier on the eyes. Easier to hide and easier on the eyes. Pretty little thing. Trinkets, even.
Well. Fuck you too, but still. Prayer. Let's see what you got.
And he kind of reaches over to where there's a half-finished project almost next to the forge that looks mostly not metal but wood that has been processed again and again with magic to look like metal. Well, reinforced almost. But it's almost as if the enchantment kind of got messed up because he got distracted. Because there's glowing runes in the wrong places along the staff. He's like, well, I worked on this, but this is not really going anywhere. It'll probably illuminate at the wrong moments when you're casting and give yourself away. But again, I am. Oh, Dane! Right! I have something for you. And he kind of rushes over around. Like, this very much feels to the other 2 of them kind of similarly to Mania, almost. Just, I have
Dane's
so
gonna-
many ideas.
Yeah. Dane's gonna point at the, like, he basically said it was like wood that was enchanted and made it look like metal, and that's what they were working on, right?
He said that it was one of the things that he got caught up in, essentially, and then he moved on to another idea.
Dane's
there's-
gonna point at it and basically tell Rook, that looks like layered Damascus, doesn't it? But with wood.
Well, depending on the wood brand, it might have been Damascus in nature, but layered by foam. You know? Kind of like what you call it? I don't know what the hell that word is, but how they make some of our more unrelated, non-special weaponry.
You mean scaling?
Yeah, yeah. We have some wood around here that scales like that. It's rare. It's called wormwood.
And he rushes back over and holds out a pair of boots. They look literally modeled for Dane. And they are decorated with gold and silver trim as if he spent most of his time awake on this. And it looks like it properly is enchanted. There you go. I need you to test those out for me.
Okay. What do they do?
If all goes according to plan, they should allow you to teleport.
Allow me to what?
Teleport! You know, like I do.
Rook is just going to slowly reach over and grab the boots from Dane.
Dane's gonna swipe them before he gets them.
Make a dex save. Opposing dex checks.
Let's see. So, you said dex save or a dex check?
Let's go check.
Check? Okay.
One moment, I gotta
That's B plus 1. Alright. That's the wrong dice. There we go. Damn. I got a 9.
I got a 4. You got him.
Okay, now that's comedy right there.
I got a 9. All right, easy in the bag. I got a 4.
So
I got a
Rook
1.
is
I
like,
got a 1.
Ooh.
God damn it.
It's not a 1.
Excuse me, Rook. I have to go try these on.
Please
And
don't.
Dane's gonna walk away real quick.
Hey, man, don't do that. We don't know. Hey,
And just
have
is
you
gonna
tested these?
basically he's just gonna sit on the anvil and just what was it? Put the boots on. Cause he hasn't put on his full gear yet, but is very much like, I respect the passion put in these. I really want to try them out. And yeah, Dane's gonna put the boots on.
Okay.
For reference, they are the boots of the winding path.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I need to specifically remember what they exactly do. Let me go back to. There he is. So infusions. So okay, boots of the winding path. So Dane's just gonna get up once he has the boots on, and then just look at, I don't know, an area maybe right around here. If I can click on it. There we go. Right here. And just think of himself appearing there.
Okay. So, one of you, give me an Arcana check. This is your first craft. I understand it is a class ability, but for the promise of sillies, one of you give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Apparently, I have advantage. Oh, I have advantage on my Arcana checks because of my rune carver. So I have a
Do you
want to
make it?
advantage. Sure, I don't mind making it. I can't guarantee to the goodness of the roll, but we can try it. Okay, 19.
At first, it doesn't work. you feel like, due to your connection with runes and how it is enchanted, you do feel the sense of, okay, this will teleport my feet one direction, not me. So you kind of reach down, and it's not changing the rune, but you aid the rune's follow through essentially, and you are able to port where you want.
In essence, change the direction of the rune, but
Yeah. Where the best way to say it is where the flow of the runes, where the rune's flow is going downwards to the ground and the boot, it is now flowing upwards to enchant the rest of the body.
So I'm guessing I teleport then?
Mhm.
Yes.
Ah! I've got it. Question, is the silence still up?
No, it is not.
So Dane just appears next to Tryphon.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, Tryphon's just staring at Dane's, just like, is that what he's been doing?
I don't know if it's their current project, but apparently it's a gift for me.
Could be pretty useful, honestly.
My thoughts exactly. As I look back at Orlain and smile. Just not giddy, but definitely excited.
Where you have a muted sort of joy in knowing that this worked. He got it to work by himself. Although maybe you had to alter something. He got it to work. He looks like a kid in a candy store. He looks genuinely thrilled that not only is it working, as far as he's concerned, it works exactly as intended, because you haven't told him. And he looks as if he might tear up from how he finally managed to create instead of destroy.
Well done, Orlain. Very, very well done indeed. Just walks over. Just generally trying to break in the boots.
Mm.
I will say, my left heel might be a bit too tall for me. As just like a joking smile is on his face. But well done.
Wonderful, great. That means the other runes were working just fine in the other ones. Damn it! And turns around and starts to like rummage through some things.
If I might ask,
Yes.
ask for my help on the next one. I may not be as a prolific creator as you, but I can help with at least the enchanting process.
Well, was the enchantment not on that very good?
It was phenomenal. The only thing that was, well, not wrong, I would say, but this one rune here, you left off an apostrophe.
Runes have apostrophes?
It's more
I'm
like
just joking.
stroke. It's more like strokes
Yeah.
more than anything else.
No, in character. That was
Without
that in
hesitation.
character.
Rook. Yes. Next question.
Well, it is my first
Why?
time actually enchanting a lot of things at once. Or enchanting in general.
Yes, it's. You were also up a good bit of the night, so.
Well,
Forgetting
yes.
a simple mark is completely understandable.
Tryphon just in the background. Sleep, motherfucker.
And without that little mark, it's solely teleporting my feet.
Yes, I was using common runes. I should have used Elvish. That's my bad.
You know, celestial, no?
A little bit, not a lot. Why?
Celestial is a lot more interpretive. Allows for more intention to be put behind the runes. It's mainly for those who are a little bit more advanced, as they know exactly how they want their items to work. But I would actually recommend that for you. If you know how to properly orient Celestial, I noticed in the journal you gave me that as I was reading it, it wasn't exactly, I wouldn't say formatted correctly, but
More
almost like you
literal
were
than figurative?
yes.
Yes. I don't know where I learned Celestial, to be real with you. I just kind of know it.
It was taught to you when you were 4.
Fucking what? Don't say shit while I'm tired, I'll forget it.
Well,
Looks
I'll
at-
remind you. Did you forget we have the same background?
And then he grins up at Raphaelius with that look of you're gonna
How
know?
dare you?
Are you two related?
Yep.
He's stuck with me now, that's his curse.
How old are you? Wait. And he stops and sniffs the air. Wait a minute. What the fuck? Wait, what day is it?
What day is it?
Is it not the 7th day?
For those curious, let me go ahead and find basic lore real quick. Nope.
Dawn of the
wrong
final
thing.
day.
Common knowledge. It is currently Inden. You guys arrived here at Descent, and it is now Inden.
So it is in Den?
Fucking
If-
Inden? Oh, shit fuck. And as soon as shit fuck leaves his mouth, the stone doors to the temple are frozen entirely. And then you hear a very distant Gade going, okay, now I did. Oh no! Before an explosion destroys them, and you see Vice, rocket launcher on her shoulder, pissed the fuck off, going, Rafales has checked me out, I swear to fuck!
Was blowing the doors open really necessary?
She has a rocket launcher. Do you really want to ask her that?
Okay, was freezing them before blowing them up really necessary?
At least she made him feel included.
Well, freezing them would compromise their structural integrity, so possibly.
They could have been normally!
In
It's
the times of
Clarissa.
her-
And
her
she just
approach.
full fucking named me.
Yeah, that sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, Dane's gonna pat Rook on the back and just like,
It's even just
Good
like,
luck,
and I'm
buddy."
going to go over here now. These statues sure do look nice.
So you're gonna go talk her down for us, right, Rook?
Say again, Dane?
So you're gonna go talk her down for us, right, Rook?
You don't feel fear often, but the look that Rook gives you as he utters, talk her down. She's a goblin. She don't get talked down. She lets it out of her system. And the entire time, there's just the smallest pitter-patter, 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 pitter-patter of a rushing small woman coming after some poor fucking giant.
Pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter. Just the
Meanwhile, Gade is just like cautiously, like, I'm gonna not get in her way. I'm just going to move to Miss Aurelia.
Dane's gonna just slowly.
Wow, all of you leaving him to die. Wonderful.
Orlain's not? What the fuck?
Tryphon full on said this is a you problem to Rook, and then just went to go stare at the statue.
Rook is like full backed up against the ledge, like, hey now, hey now, hey now. Vice gets about right here. Orlain, do you get in the way?
It's more along the lines of, Vice, I have something for you.
Wait for it later, sweet cheeks. Fales.
Oh, but I don't think you want to let this wait. After all, it's done.
Like, as you say it's done, you do turn to look at Rook and Vice. Vice has scaled Rook and is currently holding on by the straps of his shoulder sleeves.
Yeah.
And she just slowly turns her head to you. Make it quick, make it a sales pitch. Single stutter, and I kill him.
Just a grin and holding up a straight up gun.
Ounce.
Well, it was quick.
And it's a sales pitch.
The sales pitch is good.
You get the look of a pounced. They're not advisor now. You shut the fuck up. Yes, ma'am.
Went from kitten trying to explain to mama that basically like, oh, this is my new friend that I made, to boy, you've been out for 12 hours. Like, terrible.
All right. Okay. So, as it comes and Vice kind of stares at you and goes, "Is it functional?
Yes.
Prove it." Shoot
Dane's gonna
Rook.
look at
Hey.
Orlain.
Shoot Rook. Why?
He's got a metal arm, and I brought a backup. You touched my backups? I'm the one with the goddamn passcode for it, you numb nut motherfucker. And like suddenly her cussing switches, like it's fully that essence of the common language doesn't have enough cuss words for you, and starts cussing in Goblin. Rook, please don't cuss at me in words I don't know.
Hey, Kuri.
Yeah.
Just for some shits and giggles, can I roll investigation on the statue?
Sure.
Just, what's my investigation modifier again? All right. Need it, but do. 18.
It moves. No, it's uh it seems pretty simple, honestly. It's simplistic in design. It's gold plated. It's modeled after a face that is not there anymore. As much as these tokens do have a face for the statue mold, it is as if something smashed the faces off of all of them.
Weird.
Yeah.
I'm going to
But
make this
it-
hilarious.
Oh, God.
As Tryphon, you're examining the statue, just like, it's none of my business, it's none of my business. You just hear the click of a magazine, empty magazine loading, and then going, sorry, Rook, and it shoots him.
Wait, no! Ah!
It's worse
It's
because
just slowly turning around, just like, I'm sorry, did I just hear that?
it's infused with a repeating shot, meaning it makes its own ammo.
As it
Before-
does this,
I just want to say, as Orlain loads the magazine and says that, they hear just a quiet Orlain come from Dein as the shot goes off.
Orlain,
Yeah.
I imagine you turn to look at Dane, yeah?
No. It's at Rook right now.
The most chaotic family continues to be chaotic as Rook, throwing Vice to the ground, proceeds to rip off his now sparking arm and hits Orlain with it. You whore!
I was doing a sales pitch.
I am not a fucking
Normally
sales
includes
pitch.
shooting people.
That feels like the very Griffin McElroy of, you used to be my brother.
11 does not hit you, so you survive. You basically watch Rook completely lose his footing a bit and slam his arm into the ground, and just like, I run.
Dying laughing.
I don't have spells anymore. I can't exactly stop anybody.
Hey, okay. Vice, first of all, it's a pleasure to see you again. Rook,
Hateable.
didn't you bring this on
You
yourself?
look at Rook, like you motion to Rook. He's still got his arm, which is you see the bullet hole sparking at his where the robotic muscle is, like the bicep,
Mm-hmm.
and he's holding it over his head like it's a baseball bat. Yeah,
You didn't.
no,
You forgot about her coming, right?
She was in
She was
Pokemon.
on her way. Yeah,
You're supposed to go back to her.
I see now. We can still go and accomplish our mission today. Let's do that and leave this as something that happened.
Oh, Vice speaks up. By the way, the robot guy with the cable dreads.
Osiris?
Yeah. The weird vampire Dilf took him.
I'm sorry, a
The
what?
fucking visceral feeling that just passed through Orlain of just like,
The vampire guy. Dad, Dilf, clearly. He took him.
that is technically related to me. Don't you dare.
You don't tell me what to climb. I'll climb what I want.
I don't have any place to, but please don't say it around me. I don't want to hear it.
Or do.
Huh.
All right.
All right.
No.
Let's get ready and let's head on our way. We have a mission to accomplish today, and it shall be done. Let's go and do it.
Well, hold on. He took him and he's like, I think he said to deliver a message. I don't remember. Hey, got it. What was the message? I'll be taking this automaton with me to get fixed up at the rogue base, and I will meet you all at the nearest safe location. I wrote my number down if you don't already have it on the orc's hand, and then he just holds up his hand that has Derek's more or less communication number.
Ah, all right. And holds out the like puts like this is irrelevant. This is gonna turn. It's gonna be turned off immediately as soon as she gets it. But turns on the safety essentially, and holds out the butt of the gun to her. Of just like, you're welcome to try and shoot me. I don't give a shit. I know you're angry. Kind of energy. But holds it out to her and is actively giving her a gift.
She pushes it back to you. Keep your accomplishments.
Yeah. Why?
Let it see battle before you gift it.
All right.
Rook takes over. Basic Vice has this weird thing. Call it a like I don't even know what to call it. It's just a stupid superstition she has. She won't accept any weapons until they've at least seen a little bit of battle to make sure they won't fail in battle.
I mean, that makes sense. I get that. It was mostly just last ditch effort of I've been trying to talk to you forever now, and it just never works. So, you know,
We can talk on the way there. It's a fucking 3-hour walk.
that's fair. I also am kind of concerned that you did not wake up when Jack was there.
Who?
Uh, irrelevant.
I was in a trance, so
Eh, just the noise of what?
yeah. Mama was a goblin, Daddy was an elf. He was freaky like that. A trance. Only thing I got from him.
Clearly.
I will blow
I
you up.
I don't remember the last time I chanced to be real with you, but that's it
You
here
should
nor
try it.
there.
Did you know that if we trance for long enough, we can actually break through the cycle a little bit and talk to people we knew before the cycle?
I don't. You were like Vice is saying this, and I feel like Rook and Dane are watching live live feed
Dane
of Orlain breaking. Like,
Dane was putting on his armor behind you, and then as soon as they like knock on their like chest piece to like make sure it's in place correctly, his head whips around and is like, "Wait, what did you just say?"
Transience connects us to our ancestors. Our trances connect us to our ancestors and whatnot. Our ancestors are from before the cycle, before the calamity. Sometimes if we transfer long enough, yeah, we can talk to people before the cycle. If they're in the cycle, well, turns out my daddy's in the cycle, because he saw me and screamed immediately, "Oh great, the fucking goblin nightmare again!" And then I woke up.
Again?
I don't know. He has issues.
Clearly.
Look at who I'm the vice commander of, and then it just cuts to Rook, who's currently unscrewing his shoulder. Pauses. What?
I mean, fair. Very, very, very fair.
I am addicted to issues.
More like you're a magnet for them, apparently.
I know. Risa knows what Risa wants.
I don't want to know what Risa wants.
Whatever makes your heart tick. All right. No. Are we ready to head out?
Is everybody good? Again,
Uh,
3-hour
Dane
walk.
looks at Rook.
Rook is currently trying to screw on his. You know how you do that motion with your arm where you like spin it all the way around?
Yeah.
He's currently trying to do that with one hand.
do you want some help, Rook?
I got it. I got it. I can get it. I can get it.
Does he get it?
I was about to say, is he getting it?
Find out actually. I will say this is a sleight of hand check. Or no, this would be yeah, this would be sleight of hand because he's using his hand. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. That's a 6. He does not. As it kind of fuck.
I can help.
Alright.
And Dane goes over to just try and help him get the arm on.
It's not that hard.
All right. Tell me if this gets too tight. And Dane's just gonna screw it on. Does there feel good? As it starts
Feels
like,
fine.
all right. That's as tight as I can get it through my hands. So, I think you should be fine.
He kind of just goes, moves his arm around like normal. Yeah. Little tight, may cause a little issues later, but I'm good. Not gonna stop me from being me. That stutter was Kuri knocking his own glasses off. Uh
Orlain, as that's happening, decides to grab his like long coat that he had draped over kind of a stand next to the forge, and starts putting it on over his clothes as he walks over to Gade and Aurelia. He goes, "You have a look on your face again. What's eating at you?" To Aurelia.
Just quickly, Dane's just gonna pull Rook up off his ass, because I'm assuming he's sitting down while putting on his arm.
Yeah.
I would appreciate you if just once our allies spoke to us instead of just doing things and informing us later, you know?
You get used to it. That's bad. That's bad. I shouldn't say that. Uh,
At least
and
you're aware.
I'm more aware of things than anybody I think really catches on. I've just been fucking stressed the past. Oh, jeez, what the fucking? How long has it been? When's the last time I tranced? Honestly, I don't. It's been months. Everything's hazy. But
You should probably do that.
well, the last time I tried to do that, my husband, and rushes over to the forge again. And starts
Aurelia.
looking for something.
Yep.
Gade waits until Orlain has like run off and then goes, Miss Aurelia,
Yes, got it.
what's a husband?
I don't rightfully know. I would
What?
assume he's talking about Morik, though.
Who's Morik?
A Drakarian? I don't know. He's tall. They're together. It's cute.
Really, are you looking at Gade when you talk to
Yeah.
him? Or the minute you say Drakari and his eyes go fucking wide. Um. Hmm. Hmm.
They're people, not monsters. Take a deep breath.
That's not. Miss Aurelia, are you able to keep a secret? At least for right now.
Sure.
Could you describe a Drakarian? Quick.
Uh, part dragon, I'm pretty sure.
If you want to do a history check, we can tell you exactly what they are.
Aurelia, who's only going off of what she's seen of Morik, because that's all she has.
And Caracal.
Oh, true.
No, you guys always forget about Caracal.
I don't.
Who
I
is
love that
Caracal?
boy.
Caracal was left out before you guys arrived, so it's fair that you and Tryphon don't know him.
Okay, I was about to say, I don't
He's
think
an
I've
absolute
met
fucking
someone
doll.
He was just a little guy.
He-
Um.
he's not little.
that doesn't fill me with confidence.
He is a Drakarian, so he is at base 6 to 7 feet tall.
Glorious.
Little guy is an emotional state.
Gotcha.
Stop it.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, it's a vibe. Not literal. But Aurelia will describe what she remembers of Morik and Caracal.
What'd you get for history?
What did you say? I couldn't hear you.
What'd you get for your history roll?
I haven't rolled. I don't see
Oh.
why it matters for something this recent.
Okay. Gade kind of puts his hands together, and that kind of like hands together, covering his mouth. Please don't freak out.
I make no promises, but I promise I won't yell.
I believe that's what my madam was trying to make.
Horrifying. I hate it.
I didn't know what she meant. She just said it was because they had recently lost theirs. Our faction had lost theirs in a bout, so they needed a new one, and an individual known as the Rock Slayer was telling them to kick dirt. So she was tasked with creating a new one.
Well, they're people, not weapons or machines, so how you would go about that is probably incredibly horrifying and morally extremely unethical.
Mhm.
I do realize we are going to have to put a stop to that.
Yeah.
Orlain
Are
has
you
started work
okay?
on something again, by the way.
Unhinged.
Wait, Orlain has started to work on another thing?
Yes.
Yes.
He's distractible.
Aurelia, what did you just say?
I asked Aurelia asked Gade if he was all right.
No. No, I'm not.
Understandably.
If I may be blunt with you, if that's all right.
Go ahead, kid.
I went from a non-combative to a combative within the span of less than a week. I've recently discovered that what a Drakarian is a sentient creature, not just a hyper-realistic, man-made creature that my lady is currently working on mass-producing. And currently there are things that steal people's faces that I didn't know about that tried to use me as bait to kill people. I believe I'm far from okay, and I don't believe I'm going to be treading towards okay for a while.
Understandably. If you need to sit out from the fights, that's all right. You've been through a lot.
Don't. This might sound wrong, but I don't think I can.
Well, you can. You have free will. That's, 1 second. Can I help you, small dog?
CC barks.
Small puppy interruption, no big deal.
The small puppy insistently putting her face on me so I can see her. There we go. I have given you attention. Is everything all better now? Yeah? What are you doing, my love?
I don't believe I'm doing anything right now.
There's a dog on my chair now. This is fine. Anyway, I have to put the rails back on the tracks.
We have tracks.
We do,
Is it
regrettably.
good music?
Unfortunately,
I was
the
trying
tracks
to.
The tracks tend to lead into a brick wall, so
The tracks have also been playing Uranium Fever for the past 3 days, so I've been playing a lot of Fallout.
As Orlain starts on another project, Dane's gonna just Orlain, we need to go and actually do something. We can't stay here for another day.
It won't take me a day. I just need a couple hours.
We don't have a couple of hours, at least not right now.
You
We
give
have
the
to get.
nastiest fucking look of someone who is now determined to continue and finish something in the span of 3 hours.
You're gonna finish it while we're walking
I
the way
need the
there.
forge. I need the forge.
Orlain, we can work on this later. I will personally help you. Right now, we need to go and clear out this base.
Are we going to clear it out, or are you going to talk for 3 hours? Because then I could actually get something done. Sorry, that was a bit rude. I apologize.
The walk there is going to be 3 hours.
But we get to have 3 hours to discuss anyways.
Thank you, Tryphon. Yes, we can have 3 hours to discuss how or what we will do when we get there. In that meantime, I can also help you refine maybe the blueprint for this item that you were trying to make.
It's not. It's just. Really, all I really need to figure out is how to make it alter shape when the person wearing it alters shape. That's the issue. I don't know how to do that. Because otherwise, it's just making the item, which would take me 30 fucking minutes.
Okay. Let's make the item, and along the way, I can help teach you about some runes I know that can help with transformation.
You get the most sad, wet puppy look of Orlain trying very hard to stand his ground, but he looks like he's miserable because he forgot about something. It's miserable wet cat.
Oh no, not the way.
Norway
No.
resting state.
Shut up.
All right. Let's finish it quickly, and we can head on our way. And then we can work on the actual enchanting part. Deal?
Fine, fine. Alright.
Good man. Now, let's get to work on this.
I want you to understand he is literally trying to figure out what's best to make a pair of rings, a pair of earrings, or a pair of necklaces, and he is fidgeting. And I feel like Dane is literally just gonna be like, the inscriptions you have on the side of this blueprint give me the intention of you're trying to court somebody, and then realizing it.
I was about to say, Dane, not thinking perhaps, or just like, blatantly is the wrong word. Innocently, that's the word I'm trying to think. Innocently suggests, why not a ring? It's probably one of the easier things we can make.
Well, yes, it's easier to make. It's just,
It's one of the easiest to enchant as well. The classic
yes,
ring.
yes. Looks directly at Rook with that expression of, how do I explain this? Like,
Rook looks back at you like, "Fuck you want me to say?"
Let's make the ring, and we can be on our way.
fine, alright. Which,
All right.
I've made a ring before in a proper forge and with wire wrapping. It literally takes 30 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
So,
The earrings would probably take like not that long. The problem is trying to enchant them with like runes.
I've actually looked into that. It's actually not as hard as a ring.
Well, from
I
my
don't think
personal
Dane
experience,
would know that though.
yeah, Dane would not know that. You are right, but I'm pretty sure he can assume making a ring is not as hard as making delicate earrings.
Mm-hmm. So
All right.
he does make that, and it literally just takes 30 minutes because
Mhm.
anybody who's been around any type of forage knows how long it takes to make certain circular objects. So
Not long.
if it takes 30 minutes, you're being delicate with the materials. That's all it is.
Yeah, I'd say that looks fine. All right.
All right, all right. I'll leave it here for now, and just kind of doesn't. I think you're going to want to hit Orlain yourself, not the player character, the player, because he doesn't. He barely waits for it to cool down before picking it up. Please save this
He's
stupid fucking artificer.
he's wearing
Orlain.
gloves, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
He
Oh.
is. He's wearing like bare minimum of gloves, like the type you would get as like kids' first forage, essentially.
Yeah. Orlain,
Yes.
before you pick that up, tell me, do you feel heat radiating off of it?
I feel heat radiating off of most things, yes. That's how it works, if you're alive.
Fair. But is
If
it
you're
a uncomfortable heat?
if you're asking if I'm prepared to hurt myself to get going, yes, I'm very much prepared. Do you want me to?
No. I frankly do not want you to get hurt. Not by this. It is preventable. As Dane puts on a extraordinarily thick glove. I can do it. And then takes like a very small pair of tongs, and then just starts to gently dip it into a not a pot, but like a bucket of warm-ish water, just to make sure it cools down at a steady pace, making sure it doesn't warp or anything.
Mm-hmm. One of these days, Kuri is going to find me and shake me for Orlain's artificer bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
He knows where I live. It's okay.
All right.
I know exactly the hotel I'm gonna hide out in whenever I fucking get there to surprise you.
So it should be
For
cooled down enough to where you can hold it with that thin glove of yours.
thin. Oh right,
Yes,
they're supposed to be
it is
thicker.
quite thin.
Yes. Uh, fair enough. And like hesitantly reaches out to try and pick it up as it is properly cooled now.
Hmm. It's still warm to the touch through your gloves. Very
Hmm.
much so.
Absolutely. As someone who made that mistake before and got the look of "oh honey" from the people I was working with, yeah,
Sweetie.
There's a picture
I'm
in the Muta VC right now where I burned myself on an oven for having the wrong type of covers over my
oof.
hand, like protective cover.
I have a
Yeah.
burn on the inside of my hand. That's just a line that goes from the tip of my pinky to what was it? Down the edge of my hand to the tip of my thumb. Of when I tried to pick up a when I tried to pick up a threading of wire that we were pulling through a rolling machine, because I, as a dumb apprentice, was thinking it's not hot because it went through a rolling machine. Not at all.
Help me.
And that burn is still there 7 years later.
Correct.
But anyway,
You understand the pain that he nearly put himself through because he was rushing.
yeah.
Dane trying desperately to just be like, "You have been an artificer for a day. Stop." Like,
And then, also, when we get back, I'm going to help you make your own tools. Specifically, first your own gloves.
all right. Are these not enough? They're what I saw Clyde wearing. Which this is not it. That's not it. I'm pretty sure I.
Dane
Dane just.
hands Orlain one of his thick and very used gloves and just says, "Feel the difference." And it is basically like what I imagine a thin glove that like you what was it you wear for riding, like riding a
Mhm.
horse, like
Yeah.
riding gloves versus like at least 8 times thick leather, like treated heat resistant leather gloves.
As someone who has both pairs, specifically because I do like jewelry making in an actual
Mhm.
forge sometimes, I have both pairs, and yes, he is wearing riding gloves.
This is how it's supposed to be.
Oh, that's weird. Clyde wasn't doing that. I mean, he was, but no, this is. Maybe I just didn't see it right. I wasn't paying attention a lot back then. Anyway, and he just starts to like head out with the enthusiasm of somebody who is probably still in a fit of mania.
This is going to make today very interesting.
Alright, fuckwits, and this is Vice talking. Let's go. We're gonna go fucking on a walk for about 3 hours, and then you guys can kill something.
Let's hope we
Does
don't
anybody
have
have
to take
anything they
a
want to
walk.
do before they go?
Ooh.
Dane's gonna look at the material that's still like left on the floor around the forge, and it's just gonna try and quickly do a mock cleanup job, just to make sure that the area is nice and clean. Basically, does not want to disrespect the forge by leaving it messy.
So, fun fact about that. While Orlain's work process is messy, he cleans up after every step he can possibly do.
Mm-hmm.
So while there's still a bit of a mess from like half finished projects, I don't think as they're finishing, because Dane and Rook were there, I don't think it's entirely like, oh, I have to clean up after him. It's some things were out of place.
Yeah, it's organized chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It is the mania episode of I gotta go. Like,
I understand that feeling. It's just making sure there is nothing left to make it look like that there are. How do I put this? Just to make sure there's nothing left that can make it look like the forge has been used recently.
okay.
Just to make it look like it's pristine in that sense.
How's Blaze doing, by the way?
Blaze is still with Aurelia, so Blaze kind of just like, Aurelia, where are you keeping Blaze?
I imagine the lantern is attached to her belt.
Then there's just a, there's just like a small bit of, wait, what? Who the fuck is that hussy in my home? Looking at the current flame in the forge. Who the fuck?
It's a normal fire, not a magical fire. Chill out, Blaze.
It fucking hisses at that. How dare! My home is fucking pristine for Prometheans like me, not the fucking tooth of the mill, corner of the stone street, fucking port of fire. Blasphemy!
I think you know to hear this, yeah?
Yeah, all of you can hear this.
After a little bit, you can. If anybody's looking at Tryphon, they can hear him just doing sort of the mouth thing with his hand, with the eye roll.
Rouse. And I'm like tapping like this. Rouse. Aurelia.
Yes.
Extinguish the fire.
All right. Exasperated tone. She will wander over to the forge and obligingly put out the fire for the fire elemental.
Yes. Fuck you. Spit on my own glass. Fuck.
Good job.
Aurelia, help.
I don't know what you want me to do here.
Dane's just gonna walk away, trying to get out of here. Just like, okay, we have a mission. We need to do it. Let's go do it. Oh, sillies.
Really just briefly looking into the middle distance like, God, why is this happening?
Vice just looks at you, Aurelia. You good?
I guess.
Do you... Are you fucking lying?
Not necessarily, it's been a weird couple days.
Expand. Because...
We'll hold
a
up the
weird-
lantern with blaze in it. Behold, a fire elemental.
That's not a fire elemental, that's a Promethean.
What's the difference?
Uh... Well, what's the difference between a water elemental and a water genasi?
Haven't the foggiest.
Level of sentience. If you want to do it like a stepladder, it's fire elemental, Promethean, fire genasi.
Okay.
So it's like calling a human a monkey. Yes, technically correct, but you're going down the evolutionary line.
Alright, well, behold, a Promethean. He lived here. Now he wants to come with us.
Oh god, it's fucking vocal.
Yes,
What
it has.
accent is that? Give me a
Who
second to
said
catch
what?
up.
Because I
Yeah,
felt
that's
like
the
I.
joke.
Come with us if you want to
I
live.
said, what's his accent? They're both Boston accents.
The kids are fighting.
Which fucking one?
Anyway, Aurelia,
Of
still
them.
holding up the lantern, kind of looking exhausted. He knew my father, apparently.
Oh, Bratzy. Or is it bratwurst? One of those is a congratulation, the other one's food.
I wouldn't know either way, but yeah, so weird day.
Yeah, it happens. You're gonna have weird days.
I like to think that as Dane is like halfway down the forge back to the door, it's just like, are we leaving or are we not?
You turn and go, are we leaving or are we not? And Rook is just uncomfortably closer to you.
I guess we're leaving. Come on, Rook.
Fuck yeah.
I think Rook's ready.
Orlain has notably rushed over to Gade and gone, Oi, you ready?
He's giving himself a 1,000-yard stare and then kind of just goes, what? Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
No, no, no. What was that?
Uh,
Are you
long
dissociating on
realization
me?
of self-existence.
Are you dissociating on me?
What does associating mean?
Are you phasing in and out of reality and losing track of time?
Depends. When did we get here?
When did you get here?
Yes.
Think about maybe less than an hour ago.
Oh, fuck. Maybe. I'll be fine.
Did you have a too long blink?
No, I just don't remember the last time I blinked.
All right, let's go. And just takes one of his like I guess non-affected hand and just pulls him away in that sense of, come on, I'm taking a friend with me on a walk.
But we have a mission to do.
I feel like for everybody else listening to Orlain, he is a lot more open and friendly as an artificer. Or who knows, maybe that's just how he is now, but as an artificer, it's definitely vocal.
Miss Vice, it's happening again. And like he kind of reaches out the Vice and just like, help! I've done the thing. People are pitying me again.
My friend now. We're gonna have soft tacos later.
That's Orlain as an artificer towards everyone who's nice to him.
Jesus, the bar's in hell.
Considering his bar started with Jack?
I was gonna make a much worse joke.
His bar started with
Considering-
Jack, and then Jack killed everyone else.
No, the bar started with Sasha.
Oh, Jesus.
Brother, yeah.
Brother, brother,
Brother, ooh.
Anyway.
Anyway, moving forward. I'm not gonna change the map because I don't. That's manual something. I believe
Manuel
it's
Samuel.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Where you have to
Literally everything you do from blinking to breathing is manual in the game.
And if you forget to do one thing, you die.
Yep. Including the blinking.
Yeah. With this, we're gonna go ahead and start the walking process because it is a 3-hour walk. So it's time to converse, time to talk, time to bond if you want to do that.
Dane's going
Bonding.
to, what was it? First approach Orlain and tries to go over. Well, first of all, basically what's going to be the process on making this ring a little bit more adaptable to what they want it to be.
So
Orlain.
Orlain is kind of not restlessly fidgeting as he's walking. It's more along the lines of he's trying to talk with his hands to himself because he doesn't want to be loud like he was in the forge because there's open space. He could be heard. And he looks up and you realize he's wearing his goggles outside of the forge.
Dane's just gonna point to his eyes after like stopping whatever, not rant, but like tandem he's going off of about celestial and runes and enchanting with them, and just points towards his eyes.
Yes, sorry about that. And just puts it on top of his head rather than taking it off. And just, I kind of, my brain's all scattered recently.
Fine. I see you've explored with the hammer.
Well, this isn't the first time I've picked it up, to be real with you. It's just the last time I kind of got banned from the forge.
You have gotten banned from the forge?
Yes, apparently the thing I wanted to create when I was, I guess, younger, with Clyde and still a soldier, proper soldier, was, how did he put it? And he kind of taps the side of his jaw for a moment. and then makes like this hand gesture of, it's he called it a war crime, which I don't think, I didn't think it was.
Your perception on something and what's agreed upon can be different.
This
But
is true. I also didn't understand how to make anything aside from, making someone pass the fuck out from being hit enough. So,
you had practical experience in that regard. And for some smiths, that's what they need.
well, I don't think practical experience with catching those hands was essentially what was needed for creating a shrapnel grenade.
Explosive with shards of metal.
Yes.
You see Dane just take a deep breath, just still passive face, and just. I understand your intention.
To be fair, it's not what I explained, but it is what I apparently meant when I explained that I had an idea about how to keep people from, getting back up. That's not what I intended because that's very violent. But alas, it's not here nor there.
Why not make something that can make a very loud noise instead? An
Well,
explosive that creates a burst of noise that can incapacitate someone. That keeps them from getting up.
he seems to
Possibly
think for
adds
a moment.
some, I believe it was magnesium for a bright flash. Something that can, for a lack of the better term, attack the senses. Use them against the owner. Something that doesn't hurt them, but definitely does not feel good. And can make it a lot more, per se, merciful.
Well, here's the thing. This was when I was still a monk, so forgive me for making a war crime in the Artificer Forge when I was just trying to talk to my commander. Now I'm making war crimes on my own. It's fine. Which, by the way, I have an idea for you.
I am listening.
And he grins, the sort of grin of, oh no, I shouldn't have agreed to this type of grin.
Dane
He
is
ba-
just
he basically
looking
looks
at
like a
you as
mad
passive.
scientist.
Dane is looking at you with like the most passive face in the world. Just in a sense wants to be a outlet or a just someone to listen to the madness of creativeness.
Consider just for a moment. What if you could bottle luck? What if you could bottle luck? I have this, it's not something I've practiced, it's just something I kind of do. So maybe if I distill the magic a little bit, I don't know how I do that. It's just an idea. Most of my things right now are ideas. But I could, in theory. If you can think it, you can do it, right? As an artificer?
Theoretically, with magic, anything is possible, including something in the divination class of magic.
Right. So, hear me out. And he just goes on a full rant 10 to 15, maybe even 20-minute rant of nonstop just talking about how he could bottle luck, like a spell of pure luck. And
I'm
it sounds,
assuming Dein. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, it sounds insane, but compared to the shit he was just doing, it's not out of left field for him.
I assume Dein is just like Dein isn't like really like not really commenting, but is like just taking your ideas a step at a time, maybe suggesting things that bring them back down to reality a little bit more, and maybe occasionally just telling you to keep the volume down a little bit more as Orlain maybe gets a little bit excited about it, and is just patiently listening, giving guidance if needed or if wanted.
Careful, you're gonna make him think you're his friend. The bar is in hell, my guy. Like,
Why don't you try something easy to start out with then? Why don't you try and make a set of dice that
why?
you can roll on whatever number you want? It's nothing extravagant, but even when learning something, you have to gradually rise to it. And if you want to start with divination and maybe use a concept of what you feel is luck and make it a guarantee. With that concept, your intention, the idea of what you want it to be, can become clear. Therefore, making it easier to continue with this train of thought. And
You
it does
seem
not
to
harm anybody.
misunderstand entirely what's going on here. I have no clue what I'm saying. I am talking as if I know what's going on. I don't. Ever. I really don't. I'm just doing something so I don't go insane.
And I am
And
offering a prospect of learning. You say you do not know, yet you have created something that is already incredible. And just glances down at his boots. But you need to learn to harness it properly.
but
And you
consider,
know it.
what if I didn't?
I would rather you do, practically wise, because I would rather have my feet not teleported off my body.
That was just one. I was tired. I'm pretty sure if I get some sleep, I'll be fine.
Trance or sleep? Sleep.
If I trance, you all are not hearing from me for the next 8 hours, and I will not feel rested.
Okay.
But granted, every
Then
time I sleep, something bad happens, so it's either one or the other. So, no, did I tell you that, Dane? Every time I sleep, something bad happens. Or I wake up to something bad. Or God forbid, I wake up to Jack going, "What's up, bitch," in my face! Anyway.
I see.
I'm a constant cavalcade of bullshit happening, and I'm okay with that. That's my gimmick now. If I
like to
channel
feel
all the
smart.
bullshit into a specific outlet, I think I'll be less clinically insane.
So, you want a possible amount of control.
Oh, I'm not getting that anytime soon.
Well, you can control one thing at least.
Oh, and what would that be?
Your actions. And if you can control at least that, then you can control the consequences those actions have.
You know that one gif of Thor going, "Is he though?" That squint?
Yeah,
That's what's happening to Dane right
yeah.
now. It's not doubt. I'll be that clear. It's not doubt.
Yeah.
It's just he's been through enough that he's seen a pattern. Whether it's real or fake, he's seen a pattern.
Work on this.
Oh, by the way, Dane, you
Mhm.
know about different species, different races, yes?
I have basic knowledge, I believe.
Good, good. I need your help on deciphering how I'm going to propose to my husband. And someone else can cut in if they want. Chaos.
Unhinged.
Are you looking for... Dane just kind of like pauses for a moment and just... Are you looking for a specific ceremony? Or are you looking for practices?
We'll get to that when we get to that. Currently, I have to figure out what the hell we are right now. And Aurelia, Jackie, and Tryphon, is there anything you'd like to talk about?
I'm trying to think of something. I really am.
I am also trying to think. I don't think very often. Really, you got anything?
I would have spoken up if I did, my dudes.
Aw,
I mean, they're not wrong on that.
Affectionately, I have a couple things for you guys.
shoot.
For Aurelia, I have a Vice / Gade interaction. For Jackie and Tryphon, Vice, or instead of a slash, it would be an or Rook interaction. So, what would you guys be interested in?
I have a feeling if Tryphon tries to talk with Vice, it will just devolve into one of them trying to kill the other, mostly Vice trying to kill Tryphon.
Who knows?
Sure. Are you sure about that? They're functional. They are. They just choose the most random times to start functioning.
Watch
Well,
this.
it was-
I don't know. Actually,
Aurelia,
you know what?
Yeah, what up?
do you want to grab Vice, Gade, or Rook?
I just had a thought. Okay.
Hold on. I got an idea.
Why do you ask? What would this be for?
Just a chat. Or are you good?
And I'd be fine with talking to any one of them. I just don't know what to talk about.
Okay. Tryphon, who did you want to grab?
Rook,
Okay.
because he was the first one in the forge before any of them. Yeah.
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 Okay.
So-
Jackie,
Yeah.
Gade or Vice?
I guess Gade.
Okay.
Wait, when did they
Aurelia,
get
I'm
out
so
of the
sorry. You're gonna have a
playlist?
convo with Vice. You have to deal with more Boston people. It's not on purpose, I promise you.
Alright.
What's wrong with Boston?
It's the fact that I've looked back on it. So many characters that have interacted with Taylor's characters have been Boston coded.
It is what it is.
Do you want to break from the Boston?
I'm fine either way.
Right from Boston. That's not happening. But Tryphon.
Talking about.
You
Yeah. No.
had- Go ahead.
Yeah. No. Tryphon's going to just sort of wander over to Rook at some point, and it's just like, hey, you were in there before any of us, yeah?
Yeah.
Were the statue's faces smashed then too?
Yes.
No idea who did it.
I have a good idea, just not a best one.
Who?
The only person I've ever seen near that temple other than us was a weird samurai with a mask over his face. He had a katana, kind of Adachi style longsword, but he had a blindfold on.
Hmm. And now I'm running and dead into the water. Fuck! Oh.
What's up?
He just went gasp, a wild protagonist. I heard they're going extinct in the wild. But, God damn it. No, he does think for a moment and just. This probably is a problem for later, isn't it?
Who knows? Don't know the guy.
Can I roll history to see if anything about the description seems familiar?
Roll with advantage.
Roll. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh. Give me a moment. Ow. Wow. Okay. I rolled an 8
Description.
and a 9.
One moment. You hear this description, and it kind of like takes a minute. Like you're walking in silence with Rook now for a good couple seconds before you get this flash of memory. You're panting on the ground, holding your side. You're bleeding. You hear someone protesting. You hear a simple phrase, "Captain!" A familiar face, pale, black horns and scrangly violet hair, stands in front of you. "Captain, are you okay?" Can't respond. You try to, but your voice doesn't come out. Your eyes leave this familiar face, though you can't gleam every feature. It's like it's being blocked. And you look past them. Stark white hair, blindfold over the eyes, holding a katana drawn. Cade, if you would kindly be Ronin.
Is Kate even here?
Well,
I don't
what?
know.
Okay,
You-
there he is. It's finally time, Kate.
Yes.
Okay.
If you would kindly improv some lines with the mentality that Ronin is training somebody.
Waiting. Uh,
Do you remember Ronin's voice?
no, that's not the problem.
Do you need a second? I can kill time with descriptions.
Yeah.
Okay. As this figure before you prepares to say something, you don't know why, but you absorb information, your surroundings. It's like you know to look around you every time you're thinking of something. You examine every aspect. You examine every aspect of what you see. You're in a large coliseum. There's another figure behind you, cushioning you, maybe propping you up. The armor the blurred, familiar face is wearing is not any you have seen before. The weapon in your hands is not the weapon you wield, and you do notice them. Though they don't say anything outside of twisted cackling, you do register the thousands, and I do mean thousands of eyes looking down upon the Colosseum, cackling, giggling, chuckling. One of them not even smiling, but those ambrosia pink eyes above him. You don't forget that face. Are you ready, kid?
Oh gosh.
Go for it. Are you eating?
I'm eating a blizzard.
Oh shit, nice.
Go for it, Ronan.
I have no clue.
Oh no.
Oh, no brain. You want me to cover for you?
But I just don't know what's happening before you called me.
Oh, currently there is a flashback happening for Tryphon, and it involves seeing Ronan. Because Jack described Ronan being the only person he'd ever seen by the temple before.
Yeah.
Stroke. I'm the stroke victim. I swear it's just happening years at a time. Yes, Rook described Ronan near the temple, this Black Forge temple.
And apparently Tryphon in this flashback is laid out on the ground hurt, so
Okay. I think I have it.
Okay, hit us.
shit.
You're good, Kate. You're good.
We believe in you, man.
Yeah, Kuri, did you give Cade any context at
I
all
did.
beforehand? Okay.
Well, not before, but I did
Um,
literally say this with. Can you please be Ronin? With the process being you are training somebody.
the mentality specifically.
Yes. I'm. You can check me all you want.
I don't think I can. Sorry.
It's okay, man.
Yeah, you're good. You did sort of get like, hey, bitch slap, wake up, we're doing shit.
I did repeatedly tell you on this upcoming till this day, like, hey, I'm gonna call up on you for some scenes. So,
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
yeah. Just didn't say when I show up for him. May I be Ronin for the scene?
Yeah.
Alright. Tryphon.
Yeah.
This blindfolded individual, their weapon scarcely drawn, speaks finally. Stand. Stand up.
Tryphon goes to stand up, not going
You-
to stay down.
You feel a sharp pain in your side as you do, but you are able to stand. Good. At least you have some worth. Now prove to me you have more. He begins to draw his blade more as that flashback ends.
Woo. No, Tryphon just stops for a moment. Mild 1,000-yard stare is just, the fuck? I don't know if anybody actually heard me, but he does go the fuck under his breath. Just, what?
What's up? From dearest Rook.
I think I might have seen him before.
Weird.
Tryphon shakes his head after a moment and just, that was weird. Is it possible to remember things before the cycle? Or before the current cycle?
Like, in the sense of not before the cycle, but just not this runaround?
I guess.
Yeah, it
I
happens all the time. You ever run into somebody on the field and you're like, where do I feel like I know you from? You might have shared a base at one point.
No, I haven't.
Oh, well, if you get that feeling, then, there you go.
I'll worry about it later. We've got more important things to worry about.
All right.
Strange, that's all.
Well, anyways, any other questions about you wanted to ask?
And for a moment, Tryphon does look like he did have other things to ask before again shaking his head. It's just like, no, not really. I was just curious about the statues.
Alright.
As
Well,
you have a flashback, you don't really remember much. It's just like, hold on, where's my train of thought? That kind of expression.
fair enough. Remember the first time mine happened, it was a real fucking doozy.
Yeah. What happened?
Well, keep a long story relatively short. I lost a fuck ton of blood, and it caused so much of a traumatic experience that I had no choice but to remember.
Wonderful. Delightful. Must have been such a pleasing experience.
Well, yeah, it went about 5 or 6 pounds lighter, and he touches his metal arm.
That's a terrible joke.
Joke.
Also, I don't think arms are that heavy.
Well, it wasn't the fact that it was the arm itself; it was the muscles, flesh, everything like that, gone, hitting the floor like that. It made that exact noise.
I don't need a full description. Please. No, you're about to go splat on the floor if you keep that up.
You're fun to fuck with.
Can Tryphon try to trip Rook?
No. So, next up, Tryphon, do you have anything else for Rook?
No.
Jackie or Aurelia, which one of you wants to go next?
Rock, paper, scissors for it.
Flip a coin?
Okay. Both of you call one side now.
Tails.
Yeah.
Okay. It's heads. We start with Aurelia.
Well, wouldn't it have worked better for Tails to be Aurelia as the tiefling?
Hilarious. You're
I don't get
so
it.
funny.
I don't get it. Explain the joke. Come on, Terry. Explain the joke to me.
I'm sorry.
waiting.
My brain just went, well, you see, Aurelia has a tail, and I bet Jackie gives great head, and then died.
Okay, I'm.
No. Just no. Okay, Aurelia. You are talking with Vice.
All of the art. Anyways.
Grab the reference from Cade. I think he has it. But Aurelia, as you are walking, you just hear the pitter patter of small little Vice trying to keep up with everybody. Every once in a while, mumbling, "Slow the f down, you old bastards! I will fucking mount one of you. Not like that." God, you're full of perverts.
I'm sorry, what did she say there at the end?
God, you're full of perverts. And looked directly at Jackie.
Casually, from Aurelia. I think Jackie just likes having a good time.
Well, there's so much as a thing called too much good time. That's not what the fuck is happening. The stroke again. Ah!
I think we killed him.
I'm good. My body decided to reject Boston for a minute.
No Boston, only Queens.
Hey now, we're not going to Queens. Fuck that. And it's back, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, here we go. Respectfully, there is such thing as too much fun.
Do you speak from personal experience there, Vice?
No, I just know Rook. There's not a thing alive that man has not tried to flirt with, and the few things he has gotten with, we share a room.
Well, he's been hitting on Jackie recently.
Yeah, no, it's different.
Is it?
Oh yeah, I can just... It's easy to tell if you know what you're looking for.
I'll take your word for it.
Put it in this light, okay? It's like versus lust. Normally he lusts. I don't think he's... I haven't seen a fucking twinge of that shit whenever he's looking at your friend. Something about her piqued his interest. I don't know what it was.
I don't know either.
Well, what do you do?
What do you mean?
Well, we know what the cousin does. The large ass Samar that isn't your friend is what your friend does. And well, honest to God, the Satyr feels like it's talking to another god, sometimes, but
Tryphon's doing his best.
not taken away from that. No, I agree, but so's Gade. So, what do you do?
I don't understand what you're asking.
Roles. What roles you got?
Is she asking what classes?
No, she's asking what you're... She's essentially asking what you do in the group. Like, are you the group mom, the group aunt, the wine aunt, the fun friend? What do you do? She is more or less asking you bluntly a dissecting question.
Aurelia shrugs. I'm not sure.
How do you not know?
Don't know. How does anyone know?
You just do. Take Raphaelis, for example. What do you think his role is?
Not a clue, because he seems very paradoxical.
He is a specialist. He does what a commander of a base would do, but then some. Technically, he's set a record for being a specialist. It's normally one of those things that you have to prepare for, take the test for, everything. You don't go in for just one, but he did. He did. He fucking showed up, got in there, and then set a new fucking record for how fast a test can be taken in one shot. He's actually supposed to be an elite, but turned it down. Much as we hate him for it.
Why would you hate him for that?
Because he's holding himself back. It's what he does. He doesn't want to go any higher. So he doesn't.
Nothing wrong with being happy with where you are.
If you're an elite or a royal guard, the next time you go through the cycle, you get your memories back off rip. You wake up in the tube with them. They let you know. They let you part of the little royal family get together. And if he had taken that job as an elite, he could have gone back to his family. He said no. And when
Well,
a lot of the people he trusts to know his secret just want to get back to their family, we get a little pissed at him.
well, maybe you're looking at it the wrong way.
Maybe.
I
But then again,
mean,
he's also an idiot who blows himself up every other fucking new day, so.
well, if you think about it this way, those people don't sound all that great. Maybe he feels that you guys are his family now. You're the people who matter.
What about you? Is this your family?
I guess? I mean, it's not like I have anything to go back to.
Really? You got none?
Not that I know of.
Not a favorite commander, not a favorite chef, nothing? You would just grunt? Now you're here?
No. I mean, outside of the cycle. Inside of it, I've got these idiots, I've got Hopper. Bless his heart. I got Cece, but I don't think he counts. He's an owlbear.
Pets count.
Okay, then I've got Cece. It's just, from what I've learned of who I used to be, there isn't much, if anything, less, so now is what matters. These people here fighting, to have lives and to be seen as people, that's what matters. Even if
Why?
some of them are dumbasses, but,
Why?
I know you said something, but I couldn't hear you.
Why?
Why what?
Why do we gotta be seen as somebody? To put your own question back to you, maybe they're content. But maybe they're not. So why?
Because everybody deserves to choose how to live. The cycle, it's not really much of a choice.
Well, it's either that or death, so.
This is a natural part of life. Decay instills new growth. When you're in the cycle, when everything just keeps repeating, there's no growth. It's just stagnation.
But that's not true. Rook. Take him for example. Rook is not Rafales. He told me about Rafales once. They're different people. Rook is a kind dumbass who likes working on his little machines. Rafales wasn't a good person.
You have a point on that, but I would put it to you this way. The entire time the cycle's been in place, has anything changed? Anything gotten better? Or has it just continued being an endless, pointless war?
I don't think things have changed for the good for us, but Look at the ecosystem. It's grown. It's changed. It's dying, but it's evolving too. There's
Yeah.
ups and downs everywhere.
And all the people in the cycle, they deserve to choose whether or not they want to be in it or not, just not forced endlessly back into it because the gods say so. Nobody
Hey.
should live forever.
Mhm. Maybe. Maybe. Well, it's like I told Gade. Sometimes life's shit, you just gotta be brave. You know?
Sure. I mean, sometimes life's unhinged and you also have to be brave, so.
Maybe. You know, I think I got your role now.
Okay.
You're more of a philosophical fuck than anything else.
Not all the time, just sometimes.
When it counts. That we move to Jackie. Jackie,
Yeah, what's up?
what do you say to Gade?
How tall is Gade?
Gade is an orc, so average orc height. A little below that.
I don't know the average orc height.
Nobody knows the average orc height.
Orcs
They're-
don't live that long for there to be an average.
He's about 5'11".
Okay, so around the same. Like,
Yeah, orcs are around 5'11" to 6'2" ish. But he's on the shorter side, so he might be closer to like 5'9" ish. He's not built well. He exists, but he's not built well.
he's built alternatively. But yeah, Jackie's just gonna kind of like drape one arm over his shoulder. Just, how you holding up?
The moment you finish draping your arm over his shoulder, he tenses the fuck up. I'm fine. I think. Why? Something wrong? Oh no, is this where I have to die? Am I being sacrificed again?
Again, what do you mean again?
You guys found me in a net.
I don't believe you being used as bait constitutes being sacrificed.
Were the things that were planning to kill you gonna eat me afterwards?
Probably.
I count that as sacrificial then.
But no, you're not being sacrificed. Can't I just want to check up on a temporary ally?
The fear returns. Are you going to do something after this?
No. Well, not to you, no.
I'm so scared and lost right now. What's happening? What would you like help with?
Nothing. I just wanted to see how you were holding up, how you're doing. You're very skittish.
I'm a non-combative. I'm suddenly in a combative role. I believe I've earned my skittish nature.
Were you skittish before becoming a combative?
Yes. Rook is not exactly the silent type, and his vice commander, nice as Miss Clarissa is to me now, normally greeted me with a just out of range blast from her weapon.
That would mean that she knew the proper range. So what's the problem here?
Have you ever been warned about a... Have you ever been greeted with a, explosion just off the distance?
Not the standard explosion, no.
It's not fun. And when you're not paying attention and suddenly you have to ask, what's that propelling noise? It gets significantly less prepared when it goes off near you. They clearly mean no harm, but they're just very loud when I'm more accustomed to the quiet.
So you prefer more silent environments.
No, it just happens to fold me like that.
You still haven't answered my question. How are you holding up? How are you doing?
As best I can.
I suppose that'll have to do. Any
What,
any
what about...
thoughts about where we're going?
We seem to be heading southeast, which is closer to the more non-tundrid border. So I imagine this must be the Zeta campsite. Normally used for rest stops and skirmishes.
Oh, good. Maybe we'll actually get some excitement.
I hope not. Truly hope not.
Well, I suppose you wouldn't. You're freshly combative. And the weapon hasn't been bothering you at all since you obtained it, has it?
No.
That's
Hasn't
usually a good
bothered me
sign.
one bit, actually. It feels, as best I can say, incomplete.
Incomplete how?
One hand feels correct, but the other feels too light.
Hmm.
Kind of too light, but not light enough. As if it's missing a counterweight.
I wonder if there's a matching counterpart to that glove.
Okay.
Well, nothing can be done about it.
Maybe.
I was,
Sometimes there can be things done about it, but it just isn't. It's all dependent.
that's usually how things go, yeah.
Mm.
So what were you and Aurelia talking about over at the forge?
She was checking on me, and I was checking on her.
Hmm,
Miss Aurelia is very nice. I do enjoy talking to her.
me too.
Kind of feels weird to talk to her though sometimes.
Oh? Why's that?
How do I explain it? It's as if I'm speaking to an individual who understands but doesn't let on that they understand what I'm talking about. In the sense of I feel like it's okay to share with her, but I understand that I'm not going to be shared back with.
Hmm.
Still sounds negative, but I don't mean it in the negative sense. And you just watch Gade continuously try to be like, okay, how do I explain this? You just continue to let him try and go down this
Yeah.
rabbit hole.
Yeah, just gonna let him continue to try and fumble.
Okay, Jackie, you spend the next 30 minutes watching him fumble across his words, trying to figure out the right way to phrase something.
This poor man.
Before he just goes, I don't know how to say it.
Common not your first language?
Actually, no, it's not. Celestial is.
Oh! Where'd you learn it from? You don't strike me as the sort.
I don't know. I just know it.
Hmm.
I don't guess there is a no to or where how. It was the first words I was speaking when I arrived.
Well, try to explain it to me in Celestial. Maybe there's words. I'm sure there's words for it there.
Jacqueline, you understand
Yes.
Celestial.
Yep.
You don't know Ancient Celestial.
Oh no.
As Gade begins to speak, and within the small time that he starts speaking, you have not gained a fucking word from it. You've gained a half word, very much the sentiment of, oh, he said bed. Fuck. What are we talking about a bed for?
Like halfway through, Jackie just kind of interrupts, just speaking back in modern Celestial. Just, I'm afraid there might be a dialect difference.
But and he switches back to his comment. I thought you understood Celestial.
I do. I speak Celestial. Something feels different about that Celestial that you were speaking. I'm not sure if it was a different dialect, a different region. Um, I'm not sure if it was an accent.
Well, that's simply the Celestial that I came out. My lady understands it. I guess my former lady now.
Hmm. Do you think you could introduce me to her?
If she does
Obviously,
not shoot me on sight, yes. I plan to introduce all of you to her.
why would she shoot you on sight?
Because I've been missing for over a week now. If a Gade is missing for over a week, they are pronounced dead. And if they come back not dead, they are put to death.
God, you're telling
Yes.
me there's multiple of you.
Yes. I am Gade, and he shows you back to, if you remember early on in sessions, I did say there was a number along with his name, Gade 01. My lady cloned me, I believe, so she would not be lonely when I was out fulfilling the duties she provided me. So,
Well, if it's a clone, isn't there like some sort of mind link or something that you would have? I'm not sure
with
how cloning works.
it doesn't work like that. It's hard to explain. It's not the sense of I understand of what I am, but more don't need to know more than that.
You've never questioned it.
I've never been allowed to.
Oh, wait.
We are. I'm the one. I'm the Gade that goes out and about. The rest of them stay within. I have my own shed that I live in. And whenever I get my orders, I go fulfill them, and then I come back and report them.
You'd never wanted more? You never
Give me
wanted
an
to
insight check.
an insight? Right. Nice. 21.
With a 21, you can kind of gather from how he's talking, how everything's interacting, and how everything is. This may be the first time in a long time that he has been allowed to think for himself. And by a long time, I do mean if ever.
Sweet summer child. Just an average ending for you. It just just your average fucking day in the life of this group, apparently.
Yeah, very, very closely related. Um, Jackie.
Yes.
Oh, I know we're at 2 hours and 40 minutes. We're gonna go over to 11 if everybody's okay with that, because we still have combat.
Mm.
If we can't finish combat today, we will simply set it up and then we'll end session. Unwind from the computer a bit. You don't have to, you know. Just sort of like, don't focus on the computer. Relax and just listen if you can. And if that's causing a migraine, don't. Just give yourself some mute time if you need to. Do we have a detox in here? We do. Very true. Okay. Then we're gonna finish this scene with Jackie and we're gonna move to the new map and pull it from there, okay?
Vibes.
Sounds good to me.
Jackie,
Yes.
you realize more than just the fact that, yes, this is probably the first time he's been allowed to think for himself ever. Gaining a weapon was not. A weapon is something that you are given at the start of the cycle. It is connected to you. So not only did he know he was not himself, he thinks he's the original, like they all do, but he is not treated right. He was not allowed to think for himself on purpose. And until the last couple of weeks, he has been doing that on his own. He got thrown into combat and given a weapon which made him unique to the others. So in the span of knowing you guys for maybe more than a week, he has gained a shit ton about himself.
Speedrunning character development.
And the consequences that follow doing that, yes.
There's like not quite pity, but not like I don't know the best word to describe it other than like a look of pity. That she gives him, like
Regret?
what hit me with your best shot? What came on? Oh, uh, which one is? It's either sympathy or empathy. Which one is which? I forget.
Sympathetic. Empathetic would basically be you very much going like, well, I understand your pain. In the sense, well, that's sympathetic actually. Empathetic would basically be you understand how he feels exactly. Like you
Okay, then
know what
sympathetic.
he's feeling. Yeah, so it's sympathetic because you understand what he's going through, not exactly how he's processing it emotionally. Oh, is it reversed?
I don't know anymore. Pity is the closest I can think of.
All right. Okay, then yeah, you're empathetic to him because you do understand.
I don't know anymore. Words are fucking weird.
Yes, they are. So you kind of understand. You feel empathetic to him because you understand what he's going through. but at the same time, you have the sympathy of you don't know what it was like to be a non-combative. You've been a combative since the start, so there's aspects that you don't understand about what he's going through. For that feeling, you feel closer to him, and as you do, you understand something that kind of twinges in your head again. He reminds you of Aurelia almost. Not in like a deep, uncomfortable sense, but in the sense of even though there were such extremes happening, she still went along with everything. She was very much just this is happening, okay, let's move forward essence.
Mm.
So. And with that, you guys, I will say that's where your conversations end. And you get to the Zeta campsite.
Oh.
I thought the buildings were carpets were like rugs for a second there.
Oh wait, they're not.
No, they're not. They're
Oh.
buildings. This is all snow. Look, here's the tent.
These is snow-covered stone, people. You are in a tundra.
Listen. I was zoomed all the way out, and so I could see the bramble barrier as well. So it made it look like a room.
I'm guessing you and Kate is Kuri and Kate. Right, Orlain?
Huh?
Yeah, okay.
Orlain is
asking.
yoinking.
Yeah.
You do hear conversion as you guys kind of get to about right here, which is the only entrance to the camp. So, do not place your tokens yet. You can place them when we come back. But for now, that'll be it for today's session. And next session, we will have combat. That will be our top of session thing, is
Yeah.
starting combat.
Oh, let's go.